Aside from my phone, my AirPods are my most used piece of technology these days. I use them when I watch videos at home, I use them when I'm out in public so I can listen to podcasts, and a lot of the times when I'm out in public, I leave them in just so I can quickly tap and tell Siri to place a call for me. And from the looks of it, a lot of people use their AirPods a lot as well. I mean, honestly, I don't remember the last time I used wired AirPods on my iPhone. But after a year and a half of heavy usage, I've noticed my AirPods no longer hold the charge as well as they used to. When brand new, AirPods are supposed to last 5 hours straight before needing to be placed back into their carrying case to charge. And the case can charge them up for a total of 4 times, so add it all up, the AirPods and case should last for a total of 24 hours of listening time. And the AirPods also have quick charging, so if you drop them into their case for 15 minutes, they'll get you 3 hours of playback time. Very rarely have I ever even been caught with dead AirPods. And I've tested a lot of wireless earbuds, and without a doubt, the AirPods are the best and easiest to use casual wireless earbuds that consistently perform great. But these days, my AirPods don't last nearly as much as they used to. If I use my AirPods for more than 2 hours straight, then they'll start giving me the notification that their batteries are low. You know, that little chirp chirp sound? And usually the left AirPod dies before the right. But the carrying case itself still manages to hold a charge as it used to, and probably because it's not constantly under as much stress as the AirPods themselves. And what I mean by this is that each AirPod is able to work independently from one another, and each one houses their own battery within the stem. This small battery is constantly being drained and recharged, drained and recharged, and drained and recharged. And we should all know by now that batteries wear out the more you use them. Batteries are like sponges. When you have a new sponge, it'll absorb a good amount of water. But as the sponge ages and the more you use the sponge won't be able to absorb nearly as much water until eventually it's useless. Now, I'm not saying that a 2-hour battery life on my AirPods is useless, but I do expect that battery life to continually decrease the more I use my AirPods here on out. Now, I'm not saying don't buy AirPods. AirPods are great. I'm making this video so I can give you an idea of how long your $160 AirPods will probably last. I mean, since you can't change the batteries in these AirPods, after a year and a half or two, you're gonna have to replace them. I mean, when I used to use wired AirPods, I would have to get a new pair every 4 months or so, because either they would wear out or get lost. So if we do the math, over the course of 2 years, I would have probably bought 6 pairs of AirPods at $30 each, costing a total of $180. So the AirPods are definitely still worth the money, given that they were good for about 2 years and as long as you don't lose them. But even if you argued that it would be cheaper to get a pair of higher quality earbuds that last way longer than cheaply made AirPods, AirPods give you the sense of freedom no pair of wired earbuds can ever give you. So, like I said, I love my AirPods, and I feel a lot of other people do too. And even though they had a rocky start, like being delayed at first and a good amount of bugs at launch, they prove Apple is still innovating. I think what can make AirPods better is if Siri wasn't so dumb. And unfortunately, Apple didn't show off any real improvements to Siri at WWDC this year. If you haven't gotten AirPods, you gotta do yourself the favor and get a pair. Even though Apple's next iPhone event is right around the corner, I don't expect any huge overhauls to the AirPods just yet. The only major changes to the AirPods I see at Apple's next iPhone event are AirPods with a case that support wireless charging, so they can work with the AirPower mat that Apple still claims is coming in 2018. If you made it this far, I guess you enjoyed the video, so hit that like button and get subscribed. It helps out more than you realize. Support the channel by clicking on the links down below, and I'll catch you next time.